Welcome to Anxiety Pool.
I see you don't have a lifeguard here at your beach.
I'm not at the beach. This is a bathtub.
Hey, what's up?
Hi. That was good. I liked that. That was perfect.
These intros get weirder and weirder each time.
I hope it just gets terrible. Like it's just both of us screaming.
Yeah, shout out to everybody who got that one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. Took us a while to find it.
Yeah, episode 7.
Episode 7. Woo!
Week 7.
Week 7.
we could gauge it in weeks.
We could. I wouldn't care. That's fine.
Yeah, week 7.
Week 7
of swimming in the anxiety pool.
Oh, more
That's
like year
lame.
23, but
yeah,
big sad.
Big sad.
How's your week been though?
Oh damn!
No, nice
dude.
try. I got to it first.
It's been good, man. Nothing crazy going on. I fleshed out the website a little bit more. Got some links added. Got a proper reach out page set up with an email box specifically for reach or contacts from the viewers.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't remember if. Yeah, because in last podcast I didn't announce it, but we're on Spotify and iTunes now, which is cool. Found a good platform to upload it for free, which is nice.
Please follow us on Spotify.
Yeah.
I beg of thee.
Yeah. You can also listen on the website too. I embedded a player onto the website, so you can listen to like the most recent, like 5 recent episodes on the website. Isn't that snazzy?
That is snazzy, man.
Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you for doing that.
Yep.
We will I don't know if we're dead set on it yet, but the cover Mason has created, we like it, but I don't know if that will be our cover. Are you gonna flesh that out more?
Nothing's final. I mean, I just kind of fucking like, you know, I don't know. It's kind of got a story behind it now because it was one of the only images I had saved on my laptop when I uploaded the first episode. So I just uploaded it, and it's actually an image I used to use on my stream. So I don't know. It's like I got history with the image, and then I just slapped that shit in a paint and fucked around with it, and then exported it. And for some reason, it exported from Paint as a GIF, but it didn't work anymore as a GIF. So it looks kind of weird, but I don't know, dude. It was a weird experience, but I kind of like it. I think it looks good, just on the phone and on SoundCloud, and you know.
I think it looks really good.
Seeing it lined up next to all the other podcasts I have on my phone, it's not like too out of place. Like it looks okay.
Yeah,
so I'm all right with it.
Cool beans.
All right, fucker. How was your week?
This is, another regular ass work week for the blue collar boy. Other than that, I had that, little spurt of productivity, and today I cleaned myself. I shaved my face. I did almost all of my laundry. There's like one load in the dryer, and I cleaned out my car. I even went to the grocery store today, like a normal human being.
Wow, dude, you should get a gold star, some sort of medal, credits.
I want a cookie.
A cookie, maybe some tokens.
I want a cookie. Tokens, like Chuck E. Cheese tokens?
Yeah, give you some game tokens.
I wonder how much a Chuck E. Cheese token goes for on eBay.
$35 million.
$35 million?
They're NFTs, dude.
Oh, really?
Hey, so you want to talk about NFTs? Did we talk about this before already? I can't remember.
I'm honestly not sure.
So
is there something new you've learned, sir?
Yeah, just real quick. So yeah, NFTs, for anybody who doesn't know, are non-fungible tokens, and basically they're total bullshit and entirely used for big and wealthy individuals to launder money. So basically, it's a very difficult in order to make an NFT. It's a very high cost. The entry cost to create an NFT is almost out of reach of the average American, right? Pretty much. And then you can bid these NFTs off and artificially inflate the price with these accounts and then sell your NFT to basically yourself. And that
Sick.
money then is legitimate to the IRS. So it's all money laundering. Don't get sucked into it. Don't invest any money into it. Don't lose your hard-earned cash on it, because it's total bullshit. Maybe you can get lucky on some. I just would avoid it at all costs.
Focus on more reputable coins.
Put that shit in Bitcoin, bro. Like if you
Yes.
got nothing, if you have no idea what the hell you're doing, just buy Bitcoin. It's as simple as that. If you want my advice, treat it like a savings account. Every month, put $50 into Bitcoin. That's it, and just leave it. No matter where it goes, up, down, up, down, up, down, just leave it. Because at the end of the day, if the market goes anywhere, which it will, and I firmly believe it does, your Bitcoin will just go up in value. Okay,
Swell.
that was
Fantastic.
great.
That was
All right.
good. That was good.
Thank you. Let's see. So let's hit up a couple of these like short little news things before we hit our main segment today, because we got some. I like your glasses; those are really cute.
Oh, thanks,
like the
man.
way
I'm
you wear
actually gonna take them off because they started hurting the fuck out of my head.
Oh yeah, they're pushing right on your temple, I assume,
Yes.
with them headphones. All right, so I found this funny little link. Xbox executive begs gamers not to name their children Game Pass.
I don't understand the necessity of this, but please continue.
So I mean, it was the same kind of shit when what was it? Game of Thrones came out, right? When Game of Thrones was huge, there was a huge spike in children named, fuck, man. Of course, I'm gonna blank on all the characters' names of Game of Thrones. Who is the blonde bitch?
I haven't watched Game of Thrones.
The Queen of Dragons. Daenerys Targaryen. So I think a lot of people, right? So I think a lot of people were naming their kid Daenerys, and yeah. So it's always a thing when this big trend comes out. People like to name their kid after it. But no, I definitely don't understand why the fuck anybody would name their kid Game Pass. Oh, okay.
How many kids have been named Game Pass?
So I'm reading into this right now, right? So it says bad news for gamers who love novelty baby names, hate paying $120 for the Xbox Game Pass, and deserve a sick sense of joy from subjecting innocent children to a lifetime of public humiliation. Naming your kid Game Pass will not get you a free subscription to the service. So my guess is somebody legally named their kid Game Pass in an attempt to get like a lifetime of free Game Pass subscription.
Oh, that's real slick, dude.
That's pretty good. Of course, I'm not going to read into it at all, and that might entirely not be what it is, but fuck it. Moving on.
Yeah, fuck it.
You got an interesting one here. Rockstar promises fixes for GTA Remaster.
So long story short, and I'm going to keep it short because I'm not too impressed with it. The trilogy remasters are dog shit for Grand Theft Auto. They're not well thought out. The graphics don't look as good as they were promised. Everybody just looks like really blocky, but in HD blocks. I watched PewDiePie play it, and he had a lot to say. But other than that, it's still poopy.
Real quick on that point that you just made about how they look blocky but HD blocky. I watched a really interesting video, and I'm really sorry to the guy who made it. It was on YouTube, and I'm not gonna give credit because I can't fucking remember. Hopefully. Whenever I another quick side note, I will eventually create a link dump for each podcast on the website. So if you want to go read into deeper about anything we talk about, we're just gonna have all the links pasted in there. And if I'm not lazy, with some timestamps. But I watched a video long ago about how older games played on a higher resolution screen or TV look worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that always interested me, right? When you play a old school game on a newer TV, it looks like shit. And when you remember those titles that when you played them as a kid, they look a whole lot better, right? Than they normally than you see them now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually because of the way companies made those games back then, where they would actually use the way TVs were made and the way screens were made for televisions to make those images look a lot better, right? Where you
Oh.
where they would use the scan lines of the TV to almost smooth out images, right? Where the TV we were playing on, where let's say Mario would look kind of smooth, but when you put him on an HD screen, he looks really really blocky. That's because the TV has a lot more pixels, letting you see a lot deeper into how unrealistic and smooth Mario actually is.
Oh,
which I find very
yeah.
interesting. The
that
fact
is
that
cool.
gaming companies at the time had to factor in what their game would look like on a television.
It's crazy.
cool.
It's crazy. I'd imagine they do that now.
Oh, I mean, I guess I don't think. I mean, yeah, but not into as much detail as I think companies used to.
No, yeah. I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, I played the Rockstar remaster. I played San Andreas, and it is a lazy, just fucking cheap sellout almost. I mean, that's what it feels like, and that's really fucking.
It sounds like they just fucking ported it.
Right. It basically is. I don't know if they even put it into a new engine or what. I don't know if they just revamped the engine to be able to take the code, and then they just copied and pasted the entire code for the base game into their new engine, gave it a new coat of paint, and called it a day. I mean, the physics are still shit. The movement's still shit. The aiming is still shit. Even though they said it was going to feel like GTA, it doesn't feel like GTA at all. Or GTA 5, sorry. GTA 5 at all. They added a fucking weapon wheel. I guess that's cool, but the driving still kind of sucks. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't feel like what I think anybody hoped it was going to be like while we're waiting for GTA 6. So it's a big fucking disappointment. It just feels like, fuck, man, the gaming industry as of late has just been nothing but disappointments.
Just dog shit after dog shit. I wouldn't be surprised. It's such a lazy remaster. I wouldn't be surprised if they outsourced Ubisoft to do the work, and they just haven't said that yet.
Yeah, you think so? I mean, they're king of doing some dog shit.
Yes.
I think they did actually reach out to a separate company. Like it wasn't Rockstar who made the port.
Yeah, because they're trying to focus on 6 right now.
Yeah, so I think they reached out to like a small company and said, "Hey, you want to port these games over to the newer generation consoles?" And
some dude named fucking Ivan in Russia.
Because I remember noticing that when I booted up San Andreas on the console, it said in the lower right hand corner like this version was made by, and it wasn't Rockstar. So that's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. What else you got? Microsoft's new Xbox app. What's that all about?
So apparently a lot of people have been having issues downloading games like through the Microsoft Store, and Microsoft released an update recently for if you have the Xbox app on your Windows device, you just manage downloads like way better through the Xbox app, and all your games will be there. You don't have to like find them in files and shit like that, or search them on the whatever the Windows bar is at the bottom, whatever it's fucking called.
Yeah, search bar. Yeah, because honestly, the Xbox app is total garbage, or at least has been for quite a while. Sometimes I just have to go into Task Manager and end the gaming services task to reopen it. Sometimes I'll open it up and it'll just hang for 5 minutes at a time until I have to do the same thing, close the gaming services. It's a fucking pain in the ass, but it is what it is. I never expect anything to be perfect. I guess that's kind of why we get PCs.
Yeah,
we like little puzzles. I've
been lucky with it though. I haven't had an issue with Microsoft downloads, thank God. Okay. Next topic. I want you to read the title and then tell whoever's listening whatever the thumbnail is.
Is it the one by Carly Teness? The one right up. Yeah, okay. So anti-abortion site being trolled. I don't understand how to read that. Trolled ogred by Shrek fans. Anti-abortion site being trolled or ogred by Shrek fans. Nice. I think that's a really good. Okay, so Following the grand tradition of now irrelevant pro-Trump Twitter dupe that was pushed into irrelevancy earlier this summer by an army of trolls and heroes who boldly flooded the site's QAnon hashtag with a metric crap ton of hentai. Yet another bizarre cause has found itself the latest target of a porn attack, a Texan anti-abortion whistleblowing site.
A porn attack?
Yeah, I'm guessing. Okay, entirely speculating, right? Because we're just gonna keep doing. We're just gonna read like the first sentence or two of each of these. We're just speculate on them. I'm guessing they filled up their hashtag with nothing but Shrek hentai.
That sounds fantastic.
I mean, that's what I'm collecting. That's
I
fantastic.
would have loved to have been a part of that thread.
Yeah. What are your? Let's transition into that real quick. What are your thoughts on abortion? Do we want to discuss that publicly? I mean, this is. I boldly. I don't give a fuck. I boldly stand on my.
I mean, I think everybody's completely entitled to their own opinion. Do what
Right,
you want to do. This, that, and the other. Me, I think that. I mean, it sucks. Period. It's not something that should be an option in my eyes, but I understand it being a necessity if you're not in the right situation.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, that's how I am. I firmly believe that a woman should be able to do with her body whatever she wants, and when she is pregnant, that is, by extension, that's her body. If she doesn't want that child, then I think she should be able to have an abortion if she wants to. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't believe in all like I guess it's, what is it, Christians or the Bible or whatever says it's like murder or something. I have no idea, but I don't think it is. I wouldn't classify it as murder or that you're killing something, because it's not conscious. It's not. I mean, I don't know. Is there science behind that a baby is conscious or conscious? I don't
there's
fucking
some
remember being
shit.
inside
There's
the
some
womb.
shit about the. It had to do with like the Braves and the World Series and a bunch of shit, and some recent law that was passed in our home state about how. I think like you can only take care of it if you catch it like super early. Like you have to find out within like the first 3 or 4 weeks or some shit. And if not, then you just can't do anything and you have to have it.
Yeah, because I think once the baby's been had, there's no going back. Then no harm should ever come to that child, once it's been born. But yeah,
they're not going to abort a baby when it comes out. What do you...
I don't I don't fucking know, dude. I have no idea. I've never done it. Have you?
Performed an abortion? No.
Oh, okay. That's good. I didn't expect you to, but
I'm not a licensed doctor. No,
yeah,
no.
Sometimes you learn some weird stuff about people when you talk to them for a while. So Nicholas has you got any other news? Sorry, real quick.
No, I don't have any other news. I think we can move on to the next segment.
So Nicholas has found a interesting list of questions on the interwebs that we are going to ask each other. Let me pull this up.
Go for it, dude. Already got mine up. You're
this
slow.
This is gonna be. Listen, we're gonna give this. I'm gonna give credit because we're gonna ask quite a lot of this. This will probably be a majority of today's episode, depending on how long it goes. And then we've also prepared our own questions to ask each other at the end of the podcast. I think this is going to be delicious. All right, so this is 151 fun questions to ask friends, from your BFF to your new pals. Questions for friends to go deeper, in quotations, and get sillier, close quotations, by Christy Kellogg on October 20th, 2021. All right, okay. Nicholas, do you want to start off? Should we just like...
Let me grab my pen.
Okay. This is going to be fantastic. Actually, I'm going to grab my pen as well, but I need to continue talking slightly longer while Nicholas gets his pen. He's back. Okay, I'm going to hit my pen now.
Yeah. So pretty much, we're gonna do this to get a little bit closer. My original idea, towards the beginning of this week. Oh my, that was
That
wet.
was fantastic. Yeah, I heard that one.
Was we just come up with some super personal questions that we would have to ask each other, but I only came up with like one or two. Same with Mason. So we decided to just go through. Or I found this link, and we're gonna go through this and see how it turns out. We're gonna give it the good old, we're gonna give it the good old college try while under the influence. See what happens.
This is gonna be fantastic. Yeah, you hit your cart, and I'm wondering, should we just go down the? Honestly, we should maybe just go down the whole list, and if it's some of these are fucking stupid, then some of these are fucking stupid, and we'll just skip them.
Yeah,
we can kind of burn through them a little bit. Maybe we'll just go back and forth. So you'll ask first, and then I'll ask the next one first. You ask the next one first.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah. All right, you want to start?
Sure. Number 1, what embarrasses you the most, and or what's been your most embarrassing moment?
Oh man. So I will say for quite a while, I was pretty embarrassed about my weight, especially in school. Because I usually got picked on for it, which, it happens. Bullying. I hate to say that it does happen, but honestly, bullying, I think, is a bit of a part of life. I think you kind of need to experience just a little bit growing up, almost like tough love, because it toughens you up. You need kind of an early interaction with people to realize how a lot of people are fucking scum and just total assholes. And I think bullying in school is just a little bit of a good, now excessive bullying I definitely don't agree with, but for quite a while it was my weight. Now my most embarrassing moment, or is the question right now what embarrasses me the most?
It says and or, so it can be a two-parter, or you can finish it there if you want.
Fuck man, I have no idea. I can't remember my most embarrassing moment. The one that immediately comes to mind was when I was in elementary school. We were sitting at the lunch table, and there was a kid sitting next to me, right? And at the time, I didn't know his name, but he was the cool kid, right? He was the cool kid at the table. I was sitting next to him. I thought, like, okay, that's an opportunity. I wasn't a cool kid at all. He played soccer or whatever, and he was making everybody laugh at the table. And then he turns to me and he goes, "Look at this kid." He's like, "Oh, I like your shirt, man." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks." He goes, "What's your name?" Right? And I thought I had heard them say Mason. I thought they had called him Mason. And I go, "Your name is my name." And I just like dead ass look at him in the eyes and don't move. And he goes, "Okay, dude. That's weird." And just turns around and keeps talking to and just keeps, and I was so embarrassed by that for so long. I'm like, man, I blew it. I fucking blew it. Yeah. All right, Nicholas. What embarrasses you the most, and or what has been your most embarrassing moment?
What embarrasses me the most is my smile. I don't like my smile for some reason. I think it's terrible.
Let me see. I think you got a cute smile. I think you need to incorporate a little bit more of your bottom teeth. I can only really... Okay, yeah, that's a little... I mean, what if you smile with no teeth? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more like...
I just got like...
It's got to be
just
natural.
stretch my face. Yeah, it doesn't...
Like, that's good. That's fine. I think that one looks fine.
Well, yeah. But it mainly started because I had that huge ass gap in between my teeth before I had braces.
Oh, yeah,
but,
understandably.
My most embarrassing moment was I was a freshman in high school, and I was in drumline, and we did one of these after-school basketball halftime show thingies. And everybody was banging on trash cans, but my job was to keep the beat on the only bass drum. And it was the biggest bass drum. and back then I was extra small. And pretty much I had to like rest the base up against my thighs and like lean into it and then bang on it from the other side. And I let go of it and it just like slammed onto the basketball floor in the middle of the performance. And I kind of just stopped and stared at it.
You freeze?
I froze.
Oh, nice,
and everybody
man.
looked at me. And the lead drummer at the time just looked at me and he goes, "Fucking pick it up. Pick it up right now."
That's funny, dude.
Feel my face get red. I started sweating. It was crazy.
I remember being in band, dude. That was I actually kind of enjoyed it. I remember when I had a solo when all of our parents. Remember that time at Riverwatch? We had all of our parents in the gymnasium, and we were playing with Mr. Koperniak. We were playing for the parents. Yeah. And I had a solo. You remember that?
I do. Dude, I remember it being beautiful.
My butt crack was fucking beyond moist. I was sweating so much before that performance. I was so nervous. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna embarrass myself and literally in front of everybody's parents, that I like all the people that are around me, because at the time most of our friend group was in band.
They were band. Yeah,
Ethan was in band, Richard was in band. Yeah, so still, I still enjoyed it. I really did. I wish I still kind of played an instrument. It's kind of why I'm trying to learn the piano, because I'd like to be able to play at least one instrument. You know.
I hear you. I definitely want to play an instrument too, but it's too much time, man. Too much time. I'd rather play games I hate.
All right, number 2.
Number 2 is really gay. Do you want to do it?
I don't actually have an answer, so.
Yeah, I don't have an answer either.
Cool. Number 3, go.
What's your biggest fear?
That's interesting. That's an interesting question. I don't know if I've necessarily thought about that.
Do you have multiple fears and you can't identify the biggest one, or do you just not think about it?
I definitely have like my biggest, like my most feared way to die.
Okay, I mean,
but I don't know what
that's
biggest...
that's definitely a fear.
Well, yeah, okay, so all right then. The worst way to die, I think, for me, would be buried alive. I think the worst way to die would be buried alive in a small box where I can barely move, you know, and I'm just there by myself alone with my thoughts until either A, I run out of air, or B, I starve to death, or, you know, whatever, or a fucking spider crawls through the box and kills me or something. I have no fucking, that to me that's like hell on earth to me. If I was
So are you claustrophobic? I'm
slightly claustrophobic. I get a little paranoid and like kind of weirded out when I can't move. Like if a shitload of people dogpile onto me and I can't move my body, I start to panic a little bit. I can keep it under control for a little bit, but if it gets to the point
where you're like, all right, get off.
Yeah, and I think it's because I'm like I used to have I have ADD or ADHD or whatever the fuck. I don't think I'm hyper anymore, but I think, you know, I fidget quite a bit. I need to move.
Get a little spazzy.
Right, especially when I'm anxious. And so, yeah, I got a bunch of people on me and I can't move and I start getting anxious. I want to start moving and I can't. Yeah, that starts to freak me the fuck out. And I think it goes back to when I was a kid. I had a sleeping bag. I used to love camping and I had a sleeping bag. And one time I climbed into the sleeping bag and zipped it up and kind of moved around in it and ended up getting myself upside down, but and sideways in the sleeping bag where I couldn't move my arms or legs, and I was stuck there for like 30 or 40 minutes struggling while I screamed for my parents, but they couldn't hear me because the TV was on and they were down the room and my door was closed. And so yeah, for 45 minutes I was struggling to move in that sleeping bag, and I got stuck until eventually I got up to where I could get my hands up, but the zipper was on the outside, so I had to like shove my finger through the hole and like push the zipper oh yeah, it was a traumatizing experience for me as a kid. I think it's one of the reasons I have slight like claustrophobia. Yeah. What about you, man?
That's a
that
is a traumatizing experience.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Oh man. Okay, well, fun fact about Mason. I know that now.
All right, well, yeah, I don't know if that's my biggest fear. I don't know. Maybe my biggest fear is dying. Dying. I don't know. Dying and feeling like I had an unsatisfying life. You know, dying and feeling and having too many regrets, I guess, because you're gonna have regrets. It's part of being human, right? But having too many regrets.
I got you.
Realizing that I didn't do as much as I not necessarily could, but as much as I should. You know, like, you know, maybe I spent too long inside, or I didn't go to all my kids' football games, or I wasn't there at my daughter's wedding, right? I'm gonna be an asshole. This is foreshadowing. Jesus Christ.
You better not. You better be there.
No,
you better
I
be there
definitely
for your
will.
chitlins.
Right, yeah. I think, yeah, that's a pretty big fear of mine. Just, you know, dying prematurely too, I think is a big fear too of mine. Just out of nowhere. You know, I go out mountain biking and I go off a ramp and fuck up too hard and just land on my neck and I'm dead. Yeah, that's
just
a big fear of
out
mine.
like that, man.
Right.
Mine's a
All right.
tie between bugs and water.
Ooh. Water.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Explain.
Bodies of water where I cannot see below me. I don't like that at all.
Which is understandable.
There's a lot of shit in the water, and I don't like any of it.
Humans were not meant to inhabit the water.
Yeah. I'll get in a pool, no problem. But like lakes, rivers, streams, the ocean, no, I'm good. I go in there to use the restroom and then I leave.
So a stream, what's the scare with a stream? Is it entirely that you can't see the bottom?
I hate the shit in the water.
Which is?
All the fishies. I don't like the fish. I don't want them close to me. I don't want them to touch me. I don't.
But you know, like those little fishies, they won't harm you.
I don't
in any way.
Don't matter.
What don't you like? You don't like being touched without. Maybe it's you don't like being touched without notice.
I don't. Yeah,
I fish touch you without notice.
They do.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, but I also have a giant fear of just getting grabbed and pulled under at every moment.
Yeah, I mean that'll never happen in a stream.
That's true, but
and definitely not in a lake.
Are you kidding? Oh my god,
that would never happen in a lake. No.
When we had our pontoon boat and our stepdad would take us tubing, dude, I'd fall off the tube and I would have a panic attack. My legs just being like free to swim in that water and just not knowing what's down there freaked me the hell out.
Well, look, what you need to understand is the only things that would ever actually like grab you and pull you down are sharks and gators, and sharks and gators do not live in lakes.
Okay.
You know, most and again, it was actually proven that you're more likely to be killed by a vending machine than a shark. That's a proven fact. There are more deaths a year by vending machines, people rocking vending machines back and forth and then falling on them, than people being killed by sharks, like mauled by sharks. I'm not fucking with you. I'm serious. It is such a low statistic. It's like being struck by lightning. It's so fucking low.
But what about the invisible shark?
Hello? The invisible shark?
Yeah, you don't know about the invisible shark?
No, please enlighten me.
I don't know, but when I was younger, I always thought there was an invisible shark in the deep end.
Oh, in the pool?
And
yeah, I think I did too.
And but it grew from that, and now it's like every body of water.
It's just all in your head.
I know.
It's hard.
A lot of things are.
I live with a constant fear of death, and I think everybody should, because it is impending. And I don't think you should ever let fear control you. I think you should let it grow you instead. Make you realize, because without fear, you're dead. I mean, let's be real. You talk to a lot of these soldiers who fight in the service, and yeah, they'll say like, "Are you scared?" And people go, "No, sir," and say, "Well, you're stupid," because it's true. Fear is what keeps you alive. Fear is what keeps you on edge. Fear is what keeps you heightened. So it's not something to be just dismissed and completely abandoned. You definitely need fear in your life, but you should never let it control you. Ever. Like, let's say you meet a really nice girl, right? And she says, "Hey, my dad's got a boat. He wants to take you out on Lake Lanier."
Not gonna happen. Pick a different one.
She's the perfect girl in the world. You've been on 3 dates. You had sex with her. It's the best sex you've ever had. And she's like, and she says, "Yeah, my dad is gonna go out on Lake Lanier 4th of July. We're gonna launch fireworks out the boat." You wouldn't go?
I'd get on a boat.
You get on a boat, and then
my fear is being in the water.
She jumps in the water and swims around and says, "Come on in, come on in."
I would say no.
You'd say no? What if they start saying like, "Hey man, that's kind of weird. Like, where you don't like
She's
water?"
She's the perfect woman. She wouldn't have said that.
This is true. Yeah, you've contradicted me entirely.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Man. No, I'm just curious. That's all.
No,
Cause
yeah.
everybody has fears.
I hate water that much.
Yeah, everybody has fears, but there's a point at which you want something or you need something more than your fear is willing to hold you back. Like, you could have a fear of fire, but if I was a husband with a wife and kid and my family were inside the house, inside of our burning house, I'd fucking run straight in. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how I feel at that moment. I have people's lives to take care of. I have people who depend on me. My emotions are not a factor in that fucking equation. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do. I think it's something that comes with age. As you grow up, you realize that you have responsibilities that no matter how you feel, you need to take care of, especially when you have people who depend on you.
That is true.
Yeah.
I do agree.
Yeah.
I do agree with that, but hopefully, it's a while before that I have to save my drowning son.
Well, listen, that's great to know. I didn't know you don't like water, so I won't ask you to come to the lake. Well, I mean, you like sitting on the beach, right? And just
I'll sit
knee-high water.
Yeah, like I'll chill if someone's in there with me, but
yeah, because
I don't want to be in there by myself.
Yeah, I got you. Good to know.
Yeah. See, this is a good reason why we did this. We're learning things.
I like this.
Yeah.
And then also the audience is learning about us.
Oh, it's fantastic. Do you want to do number 4?
Yes. Do you know? I don't really think I know. I took the quiz and I don't remember what the yeah, I do. No, I know mine. Do you know yours? Dude, the quiz is going to take you fucking forever. There's absolutely no way. It's like 150 questions.
I think mine was
Just look up the 4 love languages and see which one fits you the most, you think.
Okay, you go first then.
And then maybe okay, well, mine, I think, well, let me
It's 5 love languages, you fucking swine.
Oh, fuck, sorry, dude. Well, this one says
7. Oh, yeah, I know which one mine is.
Let's see here. So I remember mine. So it was like a 50-50 between the two. So mine was acts of service and quality time. Those were my 2.
Yeah, mine. I remember mine being words of affirmation, but I feel like I tied with the quality time thing as well. Yeah. Because I don't give a shit about touch. I don't give a shit about gifts. Act of service, I don't really care. I just want a good job every once in a while. That's all I really need.
Well, for me, acts of service is more like thoughtfulness, right? Like we talked about previously, when you come and hang out, you're like, oh, I'm heading to the shop. Do you want anything? You want something to eat? So shit like that. I mean, that is acts of service. That's what it is. Or this description is anything that your partner does willingly to ease your workload is a sign of love to you. You feel cared for when your partner vacuums before you get to it or makes you breakfast as a surprise. On the other hand, broken promises or laziness can make you feel unimportant. Yeah, I mean that's truly, that fits. That definitely does. Because I also fucking hate when we make plans or something, you know, or somebody makes plans with me and you know they end up bailing on them, you know, 15 minutes before or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that shit. Because I have fit this time in my day, in my short day, in my short life, to hang out with you, to do something with you, because we have plans. And I could have filled that time slot with other things, other more productive things. And now you've bailed on me, and now I have no plans, and I'm probably just going to end up being lazy and do nothing, or fucking watch TV and or I don't know, get fucking baked and go to bed. And I don't know, that's frustrating to me. It's definitely one of my, yeah. And then quality time, man. I really like, this is a good one, right? To you, nothing says you're loved like undivided attention, when your partner is truly present and not looking at their phone. That's a good, I like that.
Yes, exactly.
It makes you feel important. Failure to actively listen or long periods without one-on-one time can make you feel uninvolved. One of the things I really, really hate, and it is something that I think this is a great topic, and this is going to be me calling you out a little bit, that you do sometimes. And it's something that frustrates me when you say something to somebody and they get and okay. Well, before I say this, let me preface that it's something that I do as well, and I think it's something that a lot of people do because there's a lot to take in at a time. Being a human, being alive, existing is a lot. You're getting a lot of feedback in your head, and I think it's hard to keep up with everything. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you about to talk about Schrodinger's douchebag?
What the fuck is that?
Schrodinger's douchebag?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
What's
Schrodinger's douchebag is when someone tells a joke, but it's only a joke if it doesn't offend anybody.
No, it's not at all what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, my bad. Continue, please.
What is that? That's weird.
Don't worry about it.
What is that?
Don't worry about it.
It's only a joke if it doesn't offend anybody?
Yep.
That's fucking stupid. Because some offensive jokes are hilarious.
I know. I know.
No, what I'm saying is, like, okay, I'll give an example. I go out on a date with a girl. Let's see if you can pick up the part that pisses me off. I go out on a date with a girl, and I am asking her these questions. I'm like, hey, you know, what's your favorite thing to do on the weekends? Nothing really. Okay, well, you know, I like to go and I like hiking, and I play video games with my buddies and stuff, and yeah, you know, I enjoy working on my car and stuff. Okay.
How long are you gonna keep this bit going?
Do you enjoy your job? Yeah.
Dry.
It's so aggravating, right?
It's dry. It's annoying.
It's very annoying, and it happens sometimes. Like if you're talking to me and I'm not 100% there, I'm reading something and you're talking to me and you say something, you know, maybe I'll go, yeah.
I feel like I do that when I'm got something else going on. But when I'm having a conversation with somebody and like there's nothing fucking going on, like you kind of have to give that undivided attention, or someone the person you're talking to is going to think you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, because one of the things you say that's always like it always makes me feel like you almost didn't hear me, right? Is you go, I hear you, man. Right? Like you do that so much, and then every time you say it in the back of my head, I'm like, it just makes me think you didn't hear me at all. Like you're not listening to me at all. She's like, I hear you, man, and you don't like you don't expand, you don't elaborate, and if there's like some dead air, it almost seems like you just come out of nowhere with nothing. Nick is fucking dying right now. I'm sorry, dude. Is it too much to bear? Am I shitting too hard right now?
No, because this is what I wanted to know. This was my question.
Oh, is it really? Oh my
I said-
god.
My question is, what is your least favorite characteristic of me? Is there something I do that agitates you, and would you like to talk about it?
Dude, that was one of my fucking questions was, is there something I do that annoys you? That's fucking hilarious, dude. No, but that's I don't know. I really don't know what. I don't think there's anything you really do that annoys me. Definitely doesn't annoy me in any way. You have your quirks, right? Everybody has their quirks. And I think it might be slightly frustrating, but that's entirely a battle in my head, right? Because I have no.
Can I have an example?
Yes, hello. Oh, what? Of something you do that's frustrating?
Slightly frustrating, yeah.
Something you do. Well, that's one of them, right?
Okay. Yeah. I hear you.
Another thing that I find slightly frustrating. Well, hold on. Let me pick which one.
Okay.
Let me. No, I don't think they're really that. I don't know. I just at this point in my relationship, because I definitely had some before where the fact that you get off so early, right, is one that's
bedtime is important.
Bedtime is very, very, very important to you. I think more important than a lot of things. That
okay, you stop there. Next one.
You did something recently that frustrated me, where we were fucking playing games or we were talking on the phone and you had to fucking play Destiny 2 because it was wipe day, yet you could play Destiny 2 for the entire fucking week. You don't have to play it on the wipe day, when we could have just, we could have been playing some video games, because we don't really get to play very many video games, because our schedules don't line up. So the very small amount of time that I do get to hang out with you, it's very nice to talk, and I enjoy those moments. But I would like to do something interactive with you. I do think another frustrating thing is that your tastes in games is very small, which is fine. I'm entirely okay with that. My taste in games is also very small, and they don't line up perfectly. That's just part of being different people, and I understand that. But again, on the whole spectrum thing, it's not necessarily that frustrating because that's a battle in my head. The fact that I get frustrated from that is wrong. I shouldn't. Because as your friend and as your buddy, I should accept you for exactly the way you are and not expect you to change in any way for my benefit or for my feelings or emotions. I should just understand that, again, you have lived through 23 years of life on this shit stain of a planet to get to that point to be exactly who you want to be. And that's none of my fucking business. So. Is what it is. That's a battle that everybody's got to fucking fight on their own. But
that was a quality roast. I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, buddy. What about me? What is there anything that I do? I guess we'll just jump right to the end, where we were gonna save these questions for the end, but they just kind of.
All right.
What about me? You got anything? What do I do that grinds your gears, rumbles your tummies?
It's more of a in my head thing, just like yours was.
Twist your toes.
It's a jealousy thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's very unexpected to hear, Nicholas.
I feel when you talk to me or anybody else, I am jealous of your social skills and how you just sound smart.
See, that's interesting. Somebody told me that the other day, right? I was at the vape shop talking to a guy, and he told me, I can't remember exactly how it came up, but the comment that stuck with me was when he hears me, he just hears intelligence.
Whoa.
Right. And I'd never been told that before. And that kind of blew me away. And I think I pride myself on wrong pipe? Okay. I pride myself on being knowledgeable on the topics that I'm passionate about. I don't think it's possible to know everything. And I think part of what kind of makes me seem intelligent is maybe the fact that I'm willing to admit when I don't know something. I don't fucking know. Maybe that's why
I think it comes down to you just being well spoken.
Am I?
Yeah. I think you're well spoken.
Because in all actuality, all the voices in my head whenever I speak or say anything or talk to anybody are screaming like violently, with just panic and fear. No, I'm serious. Is this
a funny or is this?
No, this is real. It's
okay.
It's anxiety.
Yes, yeah.
Social anxiety. It's a real thing.
Of course.
Something I battle and fight. If I'm talking to, okay, so let me sit back here and get relaxed.
Yeah.
In my current stage in life, the only time I ever feel anxiety talking to anybody ever is a girl, is a chick, is a good-looking chick, somebody that I am sexually interested in. Right? I see a girl and immediately I'm sexually interested. Right? At that point, that's when anxiety builds. Other than that, any other conversation I have with a normal person, especially at the vape shop, and maybe this is because of my time in customer service, quite a lot. I had 5 jobs. All my jobs have been, well, except for the warehouse, but all my jobs have been in customer service. And so I don't know, maybe that's where my social skills have developed. Maybe they've also developed from the copious amounts of podcasts and YouTube that raised me as a child. Just hearing people talk continuously all the time, always, maybe helped my brain develop process. I mean, because how do you get that I'm intelligent when I say fucking and yeah and like all the time? You know what I mean? Like when I listen back to the podcast, I notice that shit all the time.
Yeah, like
I say and yeah all the time, all the fucking time. Those are like my, yeah. I don't know. It was really weird for me to hear that I sound intelligent, because I don't know. I think I have an above average common sense, but I'm definitely not book smart. I dropped out of college. I don't. I made C's in school. My GPA was like 2.8. I don't. I got enough.
Do you know the actual definition of intelligence?
No. Do you know the actual definition of intelligence on the top of your head?
I do. It's in the Webster's Dictionary. The actual definition of intelligence is not overall knowledge or experience. It's the ability to manipulate your surroundings to your advantage.
Yeah, I could see that. That's kind of like how Shroud says he's not famous. He doesn't want to be famous for his skills at games, but he wants to be famous for his ability to adapt to any game he plays.
Pretty much.
I guess that kind of makes sense. I feel like I could qualify myself as a jack of all trades. I'm good at nothing but bad at nothing. Or what's it?
A renaissance man. You're good at everything but great at nothing.
Great at nothing, good at everything, great at nothing. Yeah, because I think you could put me in front of basically anything, and given a decent amount of time, I could figure it out fully. And I enjoy that. I enjoy puzzles. I enjoy solving puzzles, and that's part of the reasons I enjoy building computers. Is they're like little puzzles that you got to figure out when your computer fucks up and has an issue. You've got to see, there you go. There's another like. See, I'm just going to be conscious about it all the time. Not because I really care that that I'm saying it, but because I find it very interesting that it is a word that has somehow weaseled its way into my continual vocabulary.
I feel like I don't notice it unless it's someone I don't know. Like when you get that first impression of somebody and you're getting used to how they talk, and getting used to what their voice sounds, and you're kind of doing your initial download of said person as soon as you meet them.
Yeah.
I think that's where I freak out about it, because like you say like all the time, I say like all the time. A lot of people I know say like all the time. It's just a part of diction now.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I hear it more from someone I just met.
Yeah. Because it's like...
It is like, what is it like?
It's one of those social things that you pick up. I don't know. There's a list of social abnormalities that everybody just kind of picks. Well, I wouldn't say everybody. Some people are so fucking socially dense that they just can't read a room to save their life. But there is a list of social abnormalities that most people will just pick up on right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. It's the way we've been raised.
It's kind of like no, I don't have anything. I just wanted to say it's kind of like...
Yeah,
but I did want to mention that we are at the 56-minute mark, and we've answered 4 of 151 questions. So I'd like to extend this idea while, we're already doing it and we're talking about it. This may be a series.
Yeah? Do you want to do like every...
We can call it the friendship journey, and then
Oh, nice. Should we? I don't know if we should do that this early on. Maybe we could just do a couple questions each episode.
Yeah.
We'll
just
bookmark
like kick
page.
it off, have something to talk about. That'd be cool.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. But again, I think I kind of cut you off there, going back to, because we really only got like 2 or 3 sentences from what you're what
frustrates
me that I
about
do.
you?
Yeah. I don't think I really understood that.
It's jealousy. I wish I had your social skills. I wish I naturally sounded smart.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. and my dad always told me, surround yourself with the people you want to be like. And I guess that goes back to a question that we agreed to skip.
Dude. That is so... that hurts, dude. Don't ever say those words to me. You understand me? The question was, who do you look up to most? And what qualities do you love about that person? Oh, my... Listen, I'm very flattered.
Are you coming? Are you
That pains me. That's so sad, though. Think about that. Think about how sad it... No. No. Not how sad it is that you look... Oh, man. But how sad it is that I am pained to accept a compliment like that. Why should a man feel pain and anguish when accepting a compliment? You get that?
I get that all the time. I hate compliments.
I fucking hate them. I hate when people like or appraise me. I hate it. I absolutely and it's weird to a degree if it's something very small or something that I have legitimately put a lot of time and effort into. If I created something really cool and someone says, like, if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, I listened to the podcast, dude, that shit's hilarious. You guys are funny as hell." That means the world to me. That's incredible. But if someone just like looks at me and goes, "Hey man, your hair looks really good today," I'm like, "Are you fucking with me? What's happening? Red flag.
You trying to have sex with me?
Right? Are you trying to have sex with me, dude?" I love that. And then he just smiles. Yeah.
Yep.
I immediately like go into panic mode, like defense mode, like I'm being punked or pranked or something. There's a camera somewhere.
How dare you try to make me let my guard down? Fuck you.
Right, exactly. I'm scared. I'm worried. I have an immediate panic response to fear, or maybe to rejection. I don't know, or to be hurt. Yeah, it's a defense mechanism. I think again something that has been raised, that we've been raised to have, which sucks. It really does. I'd love to be able to just accept a compliment. Somebody comes up to me, "Hey, I like your hoodie. It's really cute." "Oh, thanks."
Yeah, at when people compliment me at work and say my clothes are nice, or one of the work chicks will tell me my outfit's cute.
Uh-huh.
I just say I know. I don't say thank you.
Just say thanks. That's all I do, but that's all I can do, right? I had a chick come in that I thought was pretty cute, and she was kind of flirty with me, and yeah, as she was leaving, and it was when I was newer at the vape shop. As she was leaving, she was like, "Well, I really hope you," because we were discussing that I was new. She's like, "Well, I really hope you like it here and enjoy your job, because I think you're a super cutie." And I'm excited to come back and see you. And I was like, oh, thanks. Right. I just went, all I could say is thanks. You know, if I was stronger and didn't have that fucking, that weirdness about me. Yeah.
Just like, hey, yeah, you're cute too.
Yeah. Maybe I would have said like, oh, well, yeah, I think you're really cute as well. Yeah. I don't know. To me, that almost feels weird. Doesn't that almost feel weird for me to turn around and say, I think you're cute too? Because then because if you think about the context of her sentence, she was saying it as a closing statement, as in like, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave and you're gonna respond in a really short manner, and that's exactly what I did. That's what felt right to me.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Looking back at it, I'm dense, dude. I'm dense when it comes. I've been so out of the game that I don't know what to look for anymore. I miss signals. Like there's people who sit in the vape shop. Some of the regular guys who sit in the vape shop. And a chick will come in and she'll be talking to me, and I'll just think it's a really good conversation. I'm like, yeah, this is a great conversation. I didn't embarrass myself. I didn't say anything fucking stupid. I'm having a great time.
Gold star.
Right. And they'll leave and they'll go, dude, she was into you. And I'm like, was she? I didn't I didn't pick up on any signals. I didn't see anything.
I was blind the whole time.
Right. I've been flashbanged. Like the moment she walked in, I've been blind. Yeah. My brain. My brain immediately goes into don't say something stupid, don't say anything stupid, don't say anything stupid.
Yeah. BPC.
Yeah, right. Be regular, be normal. Yeah, it sucks, man.
It's okay. It's okay. It's something
and
that can be worked on.
It's only women.
It's only women.
I've gotten to this point in my life where anybody that I am not sexually attracted to, you're getting me unfiltered, and like just you're getting me raw, dude. I'm going in no lube. You know, this is not a drill. Clench.
That's how I take it every day.
Clench, because this is gonna be rough. Because, you know, I don't think you need to filter yourself, but it's like I'm giving up, right? I'm giving into the social norms. You have to be normal in order to attract a female. That's just the way it is now.
I have noticed I'm a little weird sometimes, but
which is okay.
I like being weird.
Right.
I like doing shit that I think is funny, and if that's being weird as fuck, I'm gonna do it.
You're not a zombie. You're not a clone. You're unique. You have your own personality. Those things that make people weird, those are their quirks. Mm-hmm. You know, when you do it, like you think about this, you when you meet a girl for the first time, right? You're very PC, you're very normal. But as you guys start to know each other, as you start to learn each other, you start to love and enjoy those little quirks. Like if I had a girl that farted when she laughed, right? To a lot of people, right? Let's say, right? You go out. Let's say when you go out on a date. No. Oh wait.
You didn't hear what I said.
I thought you said you'd smell it. Like you'd smell. Oh, did you say you'd smell it?
Yeah.
Okay, I took it in the context of like it would smell, and I would say yeah, it would smell. Because I was thinking, as in, if you went on a date and a girl laughed and farted and it smelled really bad, I think some people would be like, "Oh, that's kind of a turnoff. That's kind of weird," and then they'd leave. But if you were married to this girl and she laughed and farted and it stinked, that shit would be hilarious. You guys would be cracking up for hours about it. Like, do you remember when you farted? That shit stank. Or at least I would.
I think smelly farts are hilarious, hands down, all the time. I don't care.
Like room clearing smelly farts, I think are pretty fucking funny.
Yes. Walmart aisle demolishing.
A couple aisle demolishing.
Yeah. Just stinky boys.
Right, but if you're on
come
a date,
out hot. Sorry, just keep going.
Stop going into the farts, dude.
That was all day today for me. So.
I gotta pull you away from the farts, man. We can't go too deep into the fart chat. Yeah, no, I think it's silly that you have to be, to round that off, I think it's silly that you have to apply to these social norms in order to have any sort of romantic encounter with anybody. You know, if you should, to speed this shit up, you should just be you. And you know, if you go out on a date with somebody, you act normal, you act yourself. If it doesn't work out, you guys don't meet eye to eye, then just end the date. Leave it there. If in the first 10 minutes before you order food, you realize that you guys aren't going to click, save each other the money and the trouble and call the date there.
Yeah.
Like, that should be as simple as it is.
Yeah.
Don't play that shit out because maybe you think you'll get fucking laid. That's soulless. That's a waste of time. I'm not saying sex isn't great because it's amazing, but when you get older, you need to start really looking for a partner, you know, especially if you have plans to do so. You know, if you have plans to be a single person for the rest of your life, fuck, more power to you. You can have a pretty great life. If you don't need that emotional connection with those children, you know, if you realize and understand that you're going to miss out on the best emotional connection you will ever have with anybody ever, that's entirely okay with you. Some people don't need that. Some people don't want that. But if you have plans to, you know, be married and have kids and you want to settle down and have a life with a family, then, you know, you need to start thinking about that shit and stop playing around, you know, stop fucking around.
Very well said, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much all fact right there. Mm.
All right,
So
let's I really want to hear this fifth question.
Did you
did we close that off? Did we finish that off at all?
Yeah, so we talked about our love languages from the fourth question probably 30 minutes ago.
That's fantastic. That's fucking amazing. I love that this podcast is going so well.
I am high to the point of where I can't remember how we got here.
Okay.
But I know it was quality.
That's good. Let's just move on to the fifth question.
Okay.
I'll start. Nicholas.
Yes?
How do you like to be comforted when you're sad or upset?
How do I like to be comforted? How would I like to be comforted, or how I deal with it?
How would you like somebody, or me specifically, let's say you are calling me with an issue, or let's say 2 years down the road, we're living together and I'm sitting at home just chilling at the dinner table watching YouTube videos, eating a bowl of cereal. You walk in and you're fucking pissed off, right? You're really fucking pissed off, or you're really, really sad. Your girlfriend just broke up with you. How would you like to be comforted?
At first, I would probably, because you said whatever happened, it made me mad. I'd probably walk straight to my room without saying hi to you, and then come back out after I've cooled down and be like, dude, you gotta fucking hear this. But I just want to talk to you. That's really all it is.
You just need somebody to listen.
Yeah.
You don't want feedback? You don't
No. I would want feedback. Yeah.
Like, okay, so I read, or I don't remember how I heard this. I feel like it was a video on iFunny, but it was about a family where there's a single question that can be asked before every conversation, or like every heated conversation, that can save 1,000 arguments, which is, do you need, I can't remember exactly, I'm totally gonna bootleg it. Are we listening or giving solutions?
Yeah.
Right? I think that's a big thing. When you're upset and you're angry and sometimes you just want to vent. You don't want people to like say, oh, well, maybe he's just had a bad day and he's just, he got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning and that's why he was an asshole to you. Sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you just want to vent your emotions and just have someone sit there and agree with you no matter what the fuck you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is because for me, Is that sorry?
No, that was yeah. That makes
that's
sense.
it. You just want to be listened to. That's like your. That's
Yeah,
how
I
you
want to be
covered?
listened to, but if I was that was if I was upset. If I was sad, I want someone to hold me.
Really?
Yeah, I want to be held.
You want me to legitimately cuddle you if you're sad?
Nah, a good hug will suffice.
That's it. You don't want to like get on the couch and snuggle and watch a movie together?
I mean, we could. We've been friends for years. I just don't know how you smell, man. I don't.
I think I smell pretty good. I shower every day.
Okay.
And I use Dove body soap, ultra moisture.
Ultra moisture?
Yeah, so my skin stays soft.
Nice.
I don't want to have abrasive. I mean, because I'm like a bear, dude. I'm very.
I know
hairy.
you're a cuddly teddy bear.
Yeah, so I'd like the skin underneath that hair to be soft,
Okay, fair.
so I'm
fair.
not all abrasive. I don't want to be like scabs and hair. That's a.
Do you condition the hair on your torso so it's
I do
softer?
not. No, the only hair I condition is right, and this will be interesting. My hair, my beard, and my bush.
Your butthole?
No, my bush, not
Oh.
my butthole. My bush. Do you not? That's an interesting question. Do you condition your bush?
You have
Like-
a bush?
No, I trim it I trim. I don't shave. I hate the feeling of prickly, tiny little hairs pulling on my boxers. I hate that shit.
You make sure he's got a fresh fro every once in a
He's
while.
trimmed. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
no. There's no fro. It never. If
He's
I
cleaned up. He's
Yes,
cleaned up.
If I trim it properly, it maybe comes off of my upper nut skin or my upper dick skin, like what would you call? Is it the mons pubis?
What?
Or your hair- What's the word for that like patch of skin where your pubes grow? I feel like it's the mons pubis. Didn't I learn that in Big Mouth?
I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the 5th season?
I don't fucking remember. Like, let me touch your mons pubis. It was the little black chick who has a love for Nathan Fillion, wants to have her
can't.
mons pubis touched.
I can't.
Dude, I don't fucking know. But yes, I like to. It's like not even a millimeter off my skin. I like to keep it nice and trimmed. Like you can't run your fingers through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to keep it. It's like the same kind of consistency as all my leg and arm hair. You know, it's not super thick, but I condition it so it's soft. You know, I don't want it to be the scraggly, gross, itchy, scratchy hair. You don't want to be scratching that clit when you're grinding.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Grinding the clit.
Yeah, you don't do that little you don't like once in a while just go balls deep and do like that kind of up and down grindy thing. That's a good one. They like that because you're like rubbing the exterior and you're also there's like a little slight bit of. Listen, man, I don't think we're ready to have this conversation yet.
I'm just imagining some sandpaper pubes just tearing that shit.
Exactly. You don't want that shit, and you don't want to cut it too short that you're going to be poking and stabbing. It's there's a balance to it.
It's like do you have
Dude,
fond memories of your daddy and his prickly beard kissing you goodnight?
Not fond memories.
Oh, sorry.
Memories, not fun. Listen, I have a very, very vivid memory of me standing in the shower with my dad, and I am eye height with his dick and balls.
I only remember one of those, and I was like, dude, I turned around, I almost got slapped in the face.
Oh man, dude. No, I still remember the water dripping off his dick, and I remember thinking, dude, is he peeing?
See Aquaman, dude?
Like, it's a vivid memory of mine. Did you ever do that shit when you were a kid? Let the shower run across your arms and shit, and like have it come out
and
across
shoot off like a waterbender.
Right, and you thought you were a waterbender? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I thought maybe if I tried hard enough, I could control it. No.
I feel like everybody does that. In all honesty, even
I
if
hope
they
so.
don't admit it. Yeah. Because every once in a while you got to get that little piece of whatever off the bottom of the shower, and you don't want to touch it with your foot, so you just
guide that water with your hand.
yeah.
Exactly.
You just
Fantastic.
you give it that. And what about the thing where you just cup water out of boredom and then let it drop?
Oh, and it makes a loud sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I do that too. Oh man, there's a lot of funny shit people get up to in the showers that they wouldn't tell anybody about.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
I am a vigorous nose picker in the shower. It's the only place I pick my nose. No, I'm serious. I'm willing to admit that. I pick my nose like a damn goblin in the shower. And the reason being, when I worked at Discount Tire, I used to get like black boogers.
Yeah.
So
I get them at the warehouse.
yeah, I used to, oh yeah, and I did get them at the warehouse. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you work in a super dusty, gross environment, yeah, I would get these crazy, bad, gross black boogers. And I noticed it after the first week or so of working at Discount Tire that my nose was always stuffy. And one day I took a tissue and I twisted it at the tip and I just stuck it up my nose and spun it. And then when it came out, it was black.
Ooh.
I was like, dude, that's disgusting. So from that point on, I would pick my nose every day. I would get out of the shower. I'd clean my arms. I'd clean my and it's risky. It always felt very risky for me to do it because I used to pick my nose a lot when I was a kid. Middle school and elementary school, I used to pick my nose.
So why does it feel risky? Like you don't want to
because I
come back
stopped.
outside the shower?
Exactly. I don't want to be sitting in my car brain dead picking my nose.
What's wrong with that?
It's a bad habit. Well, okay, look, if you have tissues where you can put your... Look, I don't know. It's just like the general norm that picking your nose is gross. It's generally perceived in society as being gross. I don't want to be gross. I don't want to be generally perceived as gross. So
No,
I'm
me
not going to
neither.
pick my nose in public.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, dude. The video podcast is going to be amazing. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next question.
Oh, okay. Mason, what is your all-time
wait.
favorite?
Did we go over my...
How do you want to be comforted, sir?
Did we? I can't remember.
Was yours the same thing? Like just
It's
being talked
technically,
to?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's mood based. I don't know. When I'm sad, yeah, I just kind of want somebody there to like, and then again, acts of service. Like, here, I got you a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm sad, like that would make me feel a lot better. Yeah, and then just listening to me vent. I like when people I'm not. Yeah, again, I'm not. Sometimes I'm not looking for solutions. Sometimes I am.
Mm-hmm.
So again, back to that question. Okay. Yep.
Mason.
Yep.
What is your all-time favorite memory?
This is a great question because I have never thought about this.
Neither have I.
Wow. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Does it... A favorite? I don't... It's been pretty rough. I don't really...
Right.
I don't think I have a favorite.
Nothing's been that great, honestly.
It's been pretty mellow.
I think the night I lost my virginity is up there.
Ooh.
I think every man would say that's a great memory. I mean, unless I can't say every man. Some people, like we talked about in the other episode, that some people
regrets.
don't have the best first experience. Yeah. But I really am going to ponder this question over the week, because that's something I've kind of been thinking about, and I guess I'll use my time with an answer and instead elaborate on something that I've had a concern with for a while. Is it kind of concerns me how much of our life is lost in our brain. You know what I mean?
So, man, I'm too high for that conversation.
We got to do it. This is a legit conversation that I've wanted to have, and this is going to be a real deep one. Is there's so many experiences that you have in life that you just completely forget about. There's so like 80% of your time on this earth you can't really remember. And that, I don't know, that's kind of deep, man. That's kind of
really sad. Really sad.
No, I don't think it's sad. I don't think it's sad at all.
You don't think it's sad? Okay.
I think it's a very fucking bold statement, and one that everybody should listen to truly enjoy every second that they spend on this earth.
Oh,
doing
boy.
whatever they believe that they feel is whatever they want to do, whatever they feel, other than, okay, you've got to put a little disclaimer there on when you say something like that.
No genocide.
If you're hurting other people or annoying other people, don't do it. That you're not doing it right. There's a difference when it becomes to mental illness. If you are a completely mentally stable person, you should be enjoying every single second you spend on this earth, because whether you believe in religion or evolution, you understand that there is so much that went into you standing where you are right now. And for you to just live your life on a routine, living each day like the next, just continuing to rinse and repeat, that's hard, man. That's tough.
We need to crank this up. You're killing.
I don't know how you do it, bro. Because not you, and I'm not talking to you. I'm not shitting on you. Again, I'll never. I wouldn't take a shot on you. I would specifically specify that I was taking a shot at you. I don't want you to think this way. That I think of you this way, because I think you struggle.
I don't. We need to go to the next question or something. I don't have anything to add to that. It's really sad. That's all.
It's not sad. It's really not. Look, what you should be taking from it is not that, oh my God, I don't get to remember everything from the day before or the day before that.
Trust me, I don't want to remember everything.
Right. It should make you realize that the events that you remember were the high points in your life. And that those are the memories you love and enjoy, and those are the ones that you remember the most out of everything that you've experienced in your life. And that should drive you to make more of those memories.
Yes. In that case, yes, I agree.
When I sit there and think about how much I don't remember, it means that I didn't do something cool enough or memorable enough that I would remember it.
Mm-hmm.
And that drives me to do more in my life, to live each of my days to the fullest, to have unique and cool experiences, to not let my emotions stop me from doing something that they would otherwise.
My thing is,
excuse me.
No matter what you believe, this life is its own. Why shouldn't you see everything the world has to offer?
Yeah. That's something that I made peace with, funny enough, on my last freak out of a LSD trip, was that even though there's a possibility, and I still kind of almost struggle with it, but it is what it is. Even though there's a possibility that my entire existence could be fake and a lie, and that my perception of my reality is entirely in my head, and that nothing that I am experiencing is real. But the whole life in a simulation kind of thing, that's that whole kind of theory.
Which is spooky.
It is spooky, and it's entirely a possibility. We could all be in a simulation, or there could be, 200 million humans, right? This is something I thought about once. You ever think that maybe there was a crisis, right? Humans did evolve. Let's say humans did evolve from primates, and the earth is as old as it actually is, right? And the science adds up. But what actually happened is humans evolved to a point where they had a crisis. And that Armageddon wasn't a event that created the Earth, but instead the event that ended the previous human race to a degree. I don't know, maybe they destroyed their planet to a degree where now there is maybe a giant ship floating through space with 2 million people on it, all plugged into a simulation, living their life because they wanted to go back to what was normal, and they wanted to live the way humans are supposed to live, but they can't because their planet was destroyed. So instead, everybody just jacked into this matrix, and did something, and maybe there's like this final equation that you have. Dude, I'm fucking baked, so I'm going off.
I'm there with you.
It's crazy, dude. It's an entire possibility because when you think about your perception of reality, it's the only thing that you can fucking see and hear through your five senses. There is so much shit going on that you have no idea at a molecular level, at a galactic level, right? And who really knows where we came from? I mean, nobody really knows. That's like one of the big things about religion. You have to have faith. It's trust without knowing, right? It's very difficult. It's very difficult to believe and to trust in something that you haven't seen, you haven't heard, you haven't touched, you haven't used any of your five senses on this thing, yet you're supposed to dedicate your life to its beliefs. I mean, I don't know. Just as a quick little thing on religion there, but I got to the point where I made peace with my existence, and I realized that no matter what reality actually is, what I see in my perception of it right now is what I know to be real, and it is my real. You know,
That's a lot. That's a lot to take in.
yeah. You know, because I will say sometimes when I get super baked, I'm just going to keep going if you don't stop me. If I get super baked, like, have you ever had simulation breaking moments?
No.
The other day I was sitting in my car. This is my most recent one. I was sitting in my car driving to Dawsonville, and I was at what's that fucking road? Highway 20? Or
Maybe?
no, 400. I was on 400,
Okay.
right? Because you take 400 all the way.
Yeah, 400 north. Yep.
Yeah. So I was on 400, and there was a guy sitting in the turn lane to go, and I had just got the yellow light, or the yellow light, or the red light basically. And he pulls up to the stoplight, right? And he's sitting there. It's an Indian dude, bald Indian dude. And he's just looking completely straight. And I'm just watching this guy because I enjoy people watching. I enjoy seeing what other people kind of get up to. And maybe
I'm nosy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm nosy too.
Yeah.
And he takes his coffee, right? He has a coffee cup. He's just sitting there, not moving. And I'm looking at him, and he doesn't move for like 20 or 30 seconds, right? And then he reaches down and takes his coffee cup, and he's still looking completely straight. Hasn't moved his head. He reaches up to take his coffee and to take a sip. Doesn't move his head at all. And it pours on his shirt. A little bit pours on his shirt. And then he just puts his coffee cup down, puts his hand back on the steering wheel, and continues looking straight. Doesn't move his head at all through the entire interaction. And then the light turns green and I pull away. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Was that an NPC? Was that a busted AI? Is his code need to be updated? I'm serious. It's weird. I have these weird kind of simulation breaking moments. It's kind of strange. Like, I had this weird fear, or I don't know. I still kind of have this weird fear that I might be a light schizo.
Schizo?
Yeah. So sometimes when I stare at something for a very long time, not a very long time, if I stare at something, and you ever like stare at something and just kind of phase out?
Yeah, you zone out.
Right. I can do that consciously. That's like kind of how
Is that a superpower? Is that
I don't know. That's how I would describe the feeling or the state that I get into when this particular thing happens. But I will look at something and it usually happens when I stare at one particular spot and then kind of get into that kind of zoned out headspace.
Yeah.
It'll drift. It'll move. Or things around me will move. Right? Things that I see, things in my peripheral will move slightly. Things that definitely don't move and are entirely stationary but will move. I don't know if that's like in my head,
see ghosts,
or if I'm like a light schizo. I don't know. Maybe I should do some sort of test. They have tests for that?
to see if you're schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, that's good. I might need to do those in a few years.
Oh boy. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just being realistic. I'm a very realistic person.
We'll invite all of them onto the podcast. It's okay.
That's good. Well, that's not. I don't think that's exactly what a schizo is. You know, I think it's more about just not being able to differentiate real from or fake from reality.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that the
pretty much
definition?
along the lines of what it is. I would imagine that's what it is if you're straight up just like seeing shit that's not actually happening.
Well, then would you consider somebody, let's say somebody thinks they're in a simulation and they're panicking and freaking out about it. And like they truly and 100% believe that they're in a simulation and that everybody around them is fake and real. Is that schizophrenic? Then they might not be hallucinating or seeing things, or do you think that's just like psychotic?
I think that's psychotic.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know
I
the
mean,
terminology for that.
there's cuckoo, and then there's like, yeah, he's a conspiracy theorist. I get it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I definitely get what you're saying.
I
So
hope so, because that was hard to come out. That was
oh my god.
it's a shit show. It's a
Let's just move on to the next fucking question. I don't that whole segment was a bit whack. Here we go.
Mhm.
Number 7. Who was the last person to make you cry and why?
I'm going first.
Wait, is it me or you? I don't know. I asked the question, so I figured.
Yeah, I think it's
Is it me?
No, it's me. It's me. The last person who made me cry was my stepmom.
When was this? You want to go into it or no?
A couple. I mean, it was months ago. It was a while ago. Um, I the last 2 times I've got drunk with my stepmom, just like at my dad's house for a family gathering or whatever. She has asked me like questions that I don't like to answer about like
Mhm.
life and the future and stuff like that, and it makes me break down every time. Especially when I'm drunk, I don't know how to answer the questions and I freak out.
The last person to make me cry was what? Do you want to expand on that? I mean, that's
I mean, no, that was just
simple as it is. Yeah,
that was difficult to come out, but it's
it's
future
good.
scares me. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, it's unknown. You have a
It's
fear of the
unknown.
unknown.
Yeah.
Just like your fear of the water, you have a fear of what's in the water, what you can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I also have a fear of the unknown. It's kind of like why I slightly still have a fear of the dark. Like I know there's nothing in there, and I constantly fight with myself in my head about that there's nothing there, and I know
I
that
think
there's nothing there.
I think that's like a normal. I think that's just the fight or flight thing. Like if you think
Yeah.
about it, you know, we're not nocturnal. We're not supposed to see in the dark.
I wonder if it's my years of gaming, playing games like that, where you need to be on your toes at all times, to where if I'm in any sort of environment that I'm not comfortable with, I'm always on my toes.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I think that kind of makes sense to me, at least.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. But
Well,
the this one's gonna be really sad. It's gonna be really sad. It's one of
okay.
the reasons that these last few years I really tried to get in touch with my emotions more. But the last person, right, like face to face, like this conversation with this person made me cry. Was Laurel Dewey. You remember Laurel
Laurel
Dewey
Dewey.
in
I
elementary
think.
school,
Yes.
5th grade, 4th grade actually. I started dating a girl named Laurel Dewey. She was my first girlfriend. And I really liked her, and I thought she was super cute, and I had a lot of fun hanging out with her. And one day, I was sitting in the gym with Maddie,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny because hey Maddie, if you're listening to this episode,
Hey, Maddie.
hey Maddie, Maddie's a mutual friend of ours. But I was sitting in the gym, and Maddie was leaning her head on my shoulder. And Maddie and I were really good friends at the time. Like we're the best of friends. She lived like up the street from me. We basically grew up together. And she was leaning her head on my shoulder because I guess she was tired or whatever. I can't remember. And there was a girl named Amelia Get doxxed. Get fucking doxxed. Should I bleep that last name? I don't know. We'll talk about that later. She walked in. She saw that happening and walked up and said, "Aren't you dating Laurel?" or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, some snooty shit.
And I said, "Yeah, Maddie's my friend." And yada yada yada. I can't remember it fully. Even what I just said was probably bullshit. I can't remember. But she went and said to Laurel that was happening. That Maddie was leaning on my shoulder. So the next time I went and saw Laurel, she walked up to me and said, "It's over." And I had basically no idea what happened until a few weeks later that I put it together. But yeah, for the next 2 days, like I cried and I cried and I cried. I would just go home and just cry my fucking eyes out. And then I was sad for the next day and then the day after and then the day after. And then I just kind of got over it. And I don't know, something after that was like the last time anybody was able to make me cry. And it's fucking sad, man. It's kind of is how locked down I kept my emotions for so long. And I don't know if it was also because of the Adderall or the Vyvanse that I was taking. That I know that they dulled me quite substantially.
Yeah.
And maybe that was part of the reasons I locked in my emotions. Maybe it was part of the fact that the generation that we grew up in was all about not showing fear or not showing weakness, because kids will make fun of anything that they can.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but I didn't cry for a very, very long time. A very, very, very long time. Like when my grandfather passed, I fake cried.
What the
in front of my mother.
Whoa.
I
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Like I was sad about it, sure, but I didn't cry. It didn't make me want to cry.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, my grandfather's like dead. That really fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But again, after a few days, it's like it is what it is, and I move on. But nothing ever affected me enough to cry. That was why I really enjoyed these like animes and stuff that I was watching at the time. These really sad animes that really kind of pulled the emotion out of me. I mean, I'm a total fucking bitch when it comes to sad entertainment. Like sad
I was about
media.
to say, yeah. Sad movies make me fucking sad.
Oh my god, I'll cry my eyes out.
Dude, like, Spider-Man 3 when
oh shit. Spider-Man 2, the amazing Spider-Man 2 with Gwen Stacy.
Haven't watched it.
Andrew oh yeah, I think we already talked about this.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Andrew Garfield ones.
Yeah, that
I probably
me.
should.
The Notebook was so sad.
I didn't watch that.
I Am Legend, the scene where he's got to kill his dog, that was super sad.
Yeah.
That made me cry.
Marley
like
and me.
Yeah, a game video games. If you get a really good soundtrack, like a really good piece of music and a sad moment, oh yeah,
Yep.
I'll fucking cry. You can get it out of me so easily.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everything else, no, just doesn't do it for me, Chief.
Yeah, I think it's how do I want to word this? Like I feel like every time I have cried, I guess this is everyone though. Like every time I've cried, it's been around someone I'm comfortable crying around.
You never cried in somebody you weren't comfortable crying around?
No. I always held it in.
I definitely have.
You have?
Yeah. Like watching sad movies and shit. So when I was a kid, I wasn't necessarily comfortable with my cousins and I'll explain on this a little bit more.
Okay.
I wasn't necessarily comfortable. I love my family. I love everybody in my family. There's only one person in my family that I hate, and we talked about her previously.
Yes.
I don't want to give her any more fame than she. Yeah. She doesn't deserve any, actually. I was about to say more than she deserves. So, but I've never truly been super close. I've only ever been close with my sister and my mom and my dad. But everybody else, I've never had like a cousin or, I mean, do you have a cousin or a nephew or a niece or an aunt or a
I have cousins.
uncle or that's like that you're super close to, like as close as you would be with, say, Mitchell?
I'm pretty distant from Mitch.
I mean, listen, if you want to be real with it, like I am kind of too with Olivia. I don't reach out to her a lot, but I hope she understands that she could reach out to me for literally anything, and I would drop anything I was doing to go help her in a situation. I remember when she called me at 3 a.m. crying her eyes out. As soon as she picked up the phone, I stood up and grabbed as soon as I heard her crying, I stood up, grabbed my keys and my wallet. I said, "Where are you?"
Mm-hmm.
I was ready at 3 a.m. to get in my loud ass Subaru and rip out of this fucking neighborhood to go pick her up.
Mm.
You know, because I love her, I care about her, that she's like my family. But I don't. Again, I don't like reach out to her and text. I'll send her a meme every now and again that I find really really funny. Yeah, and she'll reach out, and anytime she reaches out, I'm super happy to hear about it. You know, again, like with you, I don't reach out to you a lot. As of you know, lately, now that we're, I guess you want to call it business partners, and now that we're partners in this business, because it is. If you want to dial it down,
sure.
The brand anxiety pool is a business. Now that we're working together on something, basically, I think we have a lot more contact, which is nice.
Yeah.
With just other people, and even with family members, I don't really reach out. There's a family chat, right? You remember the other day I told you about the family the podcast? I muted that shit. So they made another one after that, and I muted that shit too. And I don't respond to it. I really don't. I don't interact with that. If it's somebody's birthday and I see the chat, I see happy birthday on like the most recent seen chat or sent chat. I'll go, oh fuck, and I'll look and I'll see whose birthday it is, and then I'll send a happy birthday text. That's it. I don't ever reach out to anybody. I don't contact anybody on that. You know, because I think you really should only contact people if you're, you know, trying to do something with that person, or you have a question for that person, or so. I don't think you should really. It shouldn't be a necessity or a norm that you need to reach out to these people on a weekly basis to see how they're doing. Otherwise, you're not friends, or they're gonna get the wrong idea. No, you know, there's a guy that I absolutely love. Right, he used to work at Publix with me, and I'm blanking on his name. I think it's Matthew. Sorry, dude. He's got hearing aids, and we used to work together. I think it's Matthew. But he's a super cool guy. Genuine, honest, humble dude. Love the guy to death. I barely talk to him. I barely see him. I only see him when I go to Publix, and he's there. And I just saw him this morning when I went to Quick Trip to go get some breakfast before work, and I saw him. He just said, "What's up, Mason?" And he walked away. I said, "What's up, bro?" And he walked away. He went to go get his shit. That's it.
Yeah.
And he understands that to me was a meaningful conversation. He saw me in public. He said hello. He fucked off. Fantastic. Yeah. Gold fucking star. Dude,
Woo!
I'm going to get down on it. I'm in your order. I'm in your gang, whatever you're in, dude, because whatever he's got going on, that's how you do it. That's how you get it done. You don't need to. There shouldn't be this norm that you need to sit there.
Oh, hey, what's up, Bill? How are the kids?
Hey, buddy, what's going on? Exactly. Oh, did you take I-95? That shit was bonkers this morning. Oh my god. It's like break room chat.
It's like making up a reason to talk to them.
Exactly. If you don't have something to talk to about that person at that moment, move on. Go live your life. Don't waste my minutes. I pay a lot for these minutes. Right.
They're not rollover. They're not rollover.
They're not rollover. Once they're gone, dude. Exactly. And we'll never fucking get them back. Yeah. Oh, man. We're bringing it back to that real depressing.
Sorry. Next question.
Okay. You ask. I asked this one, right?
Hold on. Let me see if I can find a cool one. Because I feel like,
man, no, we should. I think we should just go down the list and make it easy.
Did you look at Audacity? Did you?
What time we're at? Yeah, an hour and 43 minutes. Let's just finish it out. Let's. What question? What number are we on now? Let's see. 7. Let's go to 10 and see where we're at. Let's try and get through to at least 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you hope to be 5 years from now? 10, 15.
So I would hope in 5 years to be living in a nice place with a job that I'm comfortable with, hopefully with a girl that I like, and no serious debt. I think that's a pretty decent place to be in 5 years. You know, because I don't have any. Again, I'm very go with the flow. I'm very do what I got to do to get through the day, and you know, and just enjoy it. I don't ponder too hard on the future, because in actuality, there's only so much you can do to change it. There's so much in the world that's out of your control, and all you can do is live your best life.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say in 10 years, married, house, nice job, decent 401k built up, maybe a kid or two. 15 years, yeah, some decent kids, some well-raised children who do good in school. Yeah, a nice wife that I'm happily married to. A couple hobbies under my belt, maybe a YouTube channel. Hopefully we're still doing the podcast. I mean, that'd be really cool to have, you know, not to just do the podcast to do the podcast, but I think it's also a very satisfying thing to be able to say that we consistently did something every week for X number of years.
Yeah, that would be cool.
1 year, even so, 1 year is a huge fucking accomplishment.
That's 52. Like, 52.
52 episodes. You know, 2 hours an episode. That's 104 hours of our life. Right? Isn't that math?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
I did that math real fast.
Yeah. I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah. It's cool. It really is. And I'd love to be able to say that I put, because I don't think I've ever really put this much, other than the concept that you would call my life. I haven't put a continued amount of effort into something, and on that frequently of a basis. You know, you could say maybe my car, but I don't work on my car every week.
Well, what's your highest? What game have you played the most on Steam?
PUBG, I think.
PUBG.
I think it's definitely Gary's mod, and probably Skyrim. But I think PUBG is the one, because Gary's mod, I used launchers to run that game, so it didn't run through Steam when I played it a lot as a kid. And then, Skyrim, I would use Script Extender, which again wouldn't run through Steam, so those hours wouldn't get logged. But for everything else, for what is logged, I think it's PUBG. I think it's 580 something hours.
My goodness.
Let me look. Wait a second. Can I not go? Oh, wait, I have it clicked on installed. Here we go. Yeah, 518 hours. Sorry, I was wrong. It's my most played game on Steam. I'm guessing yours is either For Honor at about 6,000 hours, or no, I'm guessing it's definitely For Honor at 6,358 hours is my guess.
No, not that much.
Oh, okay.
3,755 hours.
That's still a
For
ridiculous
Honor.
amount.
And then the runner-up is Rocket League with 1,205 hours.
That's crazy. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know,
I'm
man.
level 700 on Rocket League.
I need a game like that. I need a game that I can consistently play no matter what mood I'm in, or because I don't have a game like that.
Trust
right
me,
now.
I'm mad every time. I actually just bought I already had a Mafia 3 in my library, so I went ahead and I bought the Mafia package, and I'm definitely gonna try those because I haven't played 1 and 2.
Nice, man. You get those porno mags.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah, look for them.
Yeah.
Look for them Playboy mags. Yeah. Okay, what about you, buddy? Where do you hope to be in 5, 10, 15 years from now?
Mine's kind of simple, but kind of not. Where I would hope to be 5, 10, 15 years from now, no matter which one it is, I want to be in a position where I'm comfortable and happy. Whatever path I take to get there, that's the path I take, but I hope that's the outcome. Every decision I make, that's what I'm working towards.
That's good.
Yeah. It's pretty That's it, man. I don't.
That's it. I love it. Fantastic.
Future scares me, dude. I don't have a lot to say about something like that.
That's fine. I mean, again, I don't really either. I mean, you should obviously have goals. You know, I'm not saying avoid the future entirely. I have goals and dreams and aspirations, but it doesn't mean that I'm stressing about it. You know.
Yeah.
Because it is what it is.
Small steps, baby steps.
For me, my happiness is more important than me killing myself over some small goal that I need to get to. When instead I could face it from a different direction and figure out a more efficient way to do it, or to a more efficient way to achieve that goal.
Yeah, sometimes figuring out that efficiency or how to get to the goal just takes some time.
It's all about perspective.
Yeah.
The world is entirely perspective based. Again, bringing it back.
Oh no. Are we going to talk about the simulation again?
Nope. We're going to question 9.
Oh, okay.
Nicholas.
Yes.
When have you felt the most proud?
When have I felt the most proud? That's difficult. I don't get that feeling often.
Right. It's not a well supplied.
Yeah, it's not a God damn it.
I mean, just think of the most recent. Okay, how about this? When was the last time you felt proud? Nicholas. Goodness, my boy.
I think this is why I'm in therapy, man.
My boy. My boy. Nicholas, how about...
Oh! I got it. It was my freshman year of high school.
Oh my God. Nicholas, that needs some restructuring.
How so?
You should be proud that you have lived 23 years to this point. You should be proud that you don't look like a fucking retard.
Wow.
You should be proud that you moved out on your own and got a job and took up the responsibilities as an adult.
Okay,
you
yeah.
Proud
I was proud about that.
That you built a nice gaming computer by yourself with knowledge that you learned on your own. You should be proud you have the common sense to live like an adult, to do your bills, to do your taxes.
What you're getting at.
You get what I'm trying to say? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You need to have a lot more in your life to be proud of, because when you realize, again, life is so fucking hard. It frustrates me, Nicholas. Did you not... Nicholas!
Hi.
It frustrates me that you're not proud of yourself, because you need to realize that you're a walking, breathing phenomenon. You know that?
We're getting back to the compliment thing. Stop.
Doesn't this hurt? Does it burn yet?
It burns. Why?
You've done so much to get to where you are now. Be proud of that. This isn't me complimenting you. This is me calling you fucking stupid because you're not proud of yourself. Have some faith in yourself. Bitch.
I try, man. I try.
I mean, dude, be proud you get up and go to the gym every morning. That's something that...
I don't anymore.
You don't go, oh man. Well, look, be proud you did it. How long did you do it?
I went for like a solid year and a half, and
it's more than most.
I fell out of it recently, but I still want to get back into it. I'm working out of another rut. That's all.
Look, the fact that you went to the gym means you're already better than 50% of the United States population. That statistic has been pulled entirely out of my ass, but I think it's pretty damn close.
Okay.
I'd be willing to say at least half the people in the U.S. had never visited a gym in their life. Would you be willing to say that?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was more.
It's probably more, considering how rampant obesity is.
Imagine how many people you'd see at the fucking gym if that weren't true. A shit ton.
There'd be a lot more gyms. Yeah.
Gyms would be flooded.
Yeah, I think you definitely should be proud. Anybody listening, if you're struggling with the motivation to continue, I guess. If you're realizing or you're believing that you're not doing what you want to do, or you're not creating a legacy, you're not being successful, you're not accomplishing goals, you're not doing anything. You need to realize that getting out of bed in the morning is something you should be proud of. Getting dressed and going to work every day is something you should be proud of, and you need to find those little wins, because again, not everybody's unique, everybody's different, not everybody's the same, right? And a lot of these people don't have the strength to get up in the morning. There are people out there who are viciously addicted to opioids, and they don't fucking get out of bed in the morning. They wake up, they take their drugs, they eat their food, and they go back to bed and they lay around all day. And that's their life, and that's their existence. They're not a functioning member of society. They don't add to the human race. They don't help push us forward in any way. You do. You wake up, you go to work, you go to a store, you simulate the economy, you buy gas, you drive, you do all this shit. You're part of the part of the group, you're part of the team, you're part of the human race.
Part of the ship.
Oh my God. That you should be proud of. Okay? It's as simple as that. You should be proud of the fact that you exist. You should be proud of the fact that you live. You should be proud of the fact that you live, or that you're part of something so great. Right? I mean, think about that. Think about what had to happen. Think about the amount of struggles and tribulations that the people who lived before you had to go through for you to live in this exact fucking moment. And most people in this world have zero appreciation for that. And that's saddening. And that's one of the reasons that the earth might explode within the next 100 years.
It just explode?
I don't, you get the idea.
It'll just boom.
Yeah, just explode.
Oh man, I was wondering if that was a legitimate theory. I love shit like that.
Yo, this podcast going hard though. Let me tell you. This coffee, I gotta drink a cup of coffee every time we record.
God, you just
it's just letting me go.
Every thought is so true and so well thought, and just it blows my mind.
You can't compliment me now.
No. Like it's so mind blowing. I shut down. I don't know what else to say.
It is mind blowing. Yeah, that's what I love about THC, man. It gets you, it like widens your perspective, especially LSD.
Broadens my horizon.
Exactly. That's a great. There you go.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
When have you felt the most proud, asshole?
I think the last time I felt most proud was when I woke up this morning and went to fucking work.
Fuck you.
That's right, bitch.
Gross.
Look, no. If you want me to be realistic, the last time I truly felt proud was when I started to get like in something that I had done or did. Was
your
when
first pube.
Started to get a decent following on Twitch.
Oh,
when I started to pull 10 or plus viewers each time, I was very proud of that. I was proud that I could provide good enough content for people to come watch and hang out with. That I was proud of. That was like the last time I remember being quite proud of something that I did. And now I'm quite proud of this. I'm very proud of the podcast. I'm proud of our website. I'm proud of the professionalism that we tackle each podcast with.
Sure, of course. Agreed. Yes.
Yes. I'm going to steal the moon.
I wasn't even thinking a groove, but okay.
It's getting so hot in my room. I'm still wearing this hoodie. All right, let's yeah, look, we're at the 2-hour mark. Let's finish this last question. Let's tackle some of our closing statements, and then let's get the fuck out of here because your night time's coming up.
It is.
It's actually we're already past, pretty much.
We're past.
Much past.
And I still have to hang clothes.
All right, it's your turn, yeah?
It's my turn to answer?
Wait. Okay, Nicholas.
Oh, yes?
Nice, you're learning. When have you felt the most challenged?
Oh man, living in this corpse.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude. I don't know what to say about that. You've left me you've left me fucking speechless.
No. The last time I felt most challenged was
Living in this corpse.
Shit. Trying to impress a chick.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I think that'd probably be mine.
I just,
as well.
it's challenging. I want to be myself, but I want them to like me, and it's a hard line to walk.
It's a fat gray area, very fat.
It's
not a thin line.
You can.
If anything, the black and the white are the lines, and the middle bit is entirely gray.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it is. It's hard. It's one of the most difficult things a fucking person can do right now, and in our generation is find a mate. God, what a nasty word.
I feel like there's a lot of expectation. So much expectation.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everybody. I feel like our generation's just picky. Cause like I know I'm picky about certain shit. I feel like all of us should be a little less picky.
I don't think it's everybody. And this will be a little controversial. I think it's women.
I think it's women.
I think women are entirely the reason that over these last few years, the rate of virginity in men has gone up so much.
Is that fact or feeling?
That's fact.
Okay.
I really do. I think women's standards have gotten so fucking high. I think they've gotten so fucking high. And I don't know exactly what it is. It could entirely be the film industry and this perception of Prince Charming. Right? That these women watch these movies like The Notebook. Right? Bringing it back.
Yes.
Of this amazing man, this Prince Charming who comes and rescues this beautiful woman from her troubles.
He does everything right.
Does
Zero
everything.
mistakes.
He's the perfect guy and zero mistakes. Yeah, exactly. That's what all these movies are now. All these fucking Hallmark TV movies that you see before Christmas are all stupid, shitty little love stories. And if you look at these guys, they're all perfect. Oh, yeah. My name's Todd. Oh, hi, Todd. What do you do? Oh, well, listen here, Brittany. Nothing fancy. I'm simply a brain surgeon. I make $68.5 billion a year, and I drive a LaFerrari. Oh my God! Like, dude, it's such horseshit. This perception of
Cinderella
of everything. But yeah, we have to be this knight in shining armor. We have to be these perfect creatures. When in all actuality, a relationship is supposed to be acceptance.
Yes.
When you're in a relationship with somebody, you're supposed to accept them the way they are. Again, bringing it back, those quirks that those people have, those little quirks that make them different from everybody else, are not to be looked at negatively, but instead to be looked at as what makes that person special. Sure, it could be something annoying, whatever. It's not your job to change that person, unless it's now that you could get into the topic of bad habits and. If somebody's a legitimate asshole, right? You meet a girl that's a legitimate bitch, right? And she portrays legitimate toxic behavior.
Yes.
If you love that person enough, sure, you could attempt to take that burden on your shoulders and change those people for the better. But I don't know. It's a gray area. It's again a gray area because I'm a firm believer that nobody should tell anybody what they should do. But there is a general rule of common decency that a lot of people don't follow. And I think that if you love somebody enough and they portray one of those toxic behaviors, I think there is almost a responsibility as a partner to help them rid themselves of that toxic behavior. And I think it is challenging, definitely, to have that kind of conversation. But if I found the perfect girl and I found out that she liked to key people's cars or steal from Walmart, that's something I need to change. I mean, that's as simple as that. That's something that I would, if I cared about that person enough, I would want them to stop that bad behavior before either something bad happens to them or, they end up harming someone else.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's almost like it's the whole we're in this together feeling, that we're on the same team. My goal is to not go to prison, and I think that's why I married you, because you also don't want to go to prison. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully, right? Oh, and then if that's not something, are you okay?
I dropped my vape. Sorry.
If that's not something that they're willing to change, then that just mentally is a fight that they need to figure out on their own, because that is some very misplaced thought. That's a very ill-informed, ill-taught thought that some people just can't, like some people you just can't change. It's as simple as that. Some people will never change. It needs to be something that they do on their own time, a battle that they fight in their own head. And there's only so much you can do. You love that person enough, then you just support them in their battle with that. If they're not going to change, then that's some toxic behavior that they need to figure. Then that's a more deeply rooted issue. We could go forever on a conversation like this, on a topic like this.
Thanks for being there for me, man.
Got it, buddy. Always. Those are the people
samesies.
Yeah, those are the people that you're supposed to keep around. The ones that are there for you when you need them. Yeah, even if it's not often. That one time that they reach out to you. I mean, and you should really think about that the next time listeners, you should really think about that the next time somebody contacts you and they need some help. And maybe you haven't talked to this person in a while, and maybe sure it's not something you want to do, but you should really think about how much you cherish your relationship with that person. And the fact that at some point in their life, they're going to think on who they can rely on, and you're not going to be one of them.
Oof.
Plain and simple.
Straight facts. Did
you ask me yet on number 10? We should finish up here. 2 hours and 7 minutes. We need to.
You said that you'd probably say the same thing when you felt the most challenged. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did say that.
Yeah. But I mean, if you want to go, I feel like you.
That's right. I mean, I think that is the most recent time. Well, yeah.
That's the thing, though. I answered it, you agreed, and then you delved into that explanation and pretty much explained both of our perspectives.
Perfect. I'm glad I did that.
You wrapped it right up.
Oh man, when these go late, man, I start getting loopy at the end.
You start to babble, but it's okay because it's entertainment. That's what we're here for.
That's good. Yeah. That's the whole goal, is to provide something that's entertaining. Well, listen, everybody, we really appreciate you listening, and if you do find it entertaining, hit that like button. Hit that follow button. Hit that. I don't know what you can do on Spotify or iTunes. Hey, leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. I mean, it helps a lot. I also set up a voicemail that is linked on every podcast. If you go down to the description of this podcast here, you'll find a anchor.fm link where you can actually leave us a voicemail. And if you do, we'll listen to it on the podcast. And you can let us know if you want us to play it on the podcast or not, or if it's something you just want us to discuss, a topic you want us to hit on the podcast. But if not, we'll play it on the podcast, and we'll definitely tackle it and reach out to you, contact you about it. You have any closing statements, thoughts? You want to sell something? You have sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna plug our merch, but we don't have any.
Sweet thing. It's the thought that counts. Hey, go buy our merch. If you're listening to this at the time that we have merch, go buy it. Cool.
Oh, you can also
Sorry, we had to cut something there because Nicholas released something that was not fully fleshed out yet, and I'll explain it to you after we get off. But that's it. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you everybody for listening. We love you all. We really really appreciate it. Again, if you like it, hit that follow, hit that like, hit that subscribe, slap that motherfucking bell, whatever. On
Smack
YouTube.
that motherfucking like button.
Molest that mother. Oh, we can't say that.
Molest it. Tickle
we can't
it.
say that. Tickle that. Yeah, absolutely.
Touch its mom's pubis.
Tinglate and tantalize that like, subscribe, follow, share, and and if you have anybody that you think would like podcasts, send it over. We'd really appreciate it. Yeah, the more people who listen, the more interaction we get, the more viewer comments we can listen to, the more interaction we get with you guys, the better, because we really want to reach out and hear what you guys have to say. We're definitely interested in what you guys think about the podcast, so leave us some feedback. And
oh yeah, you can cut that too.
Let's just leave it. Let's just 3, 2, 1, done. Cut it. End it. Done.